If you ruled out new construction as an option for you as a buyer because you thought it was too expensive, you might want to take another look. Right now, a lot of builders here in the Plainfield, Oswego, Shorewood, and surrounding areas are offering huge incentives to buyers that could save you tens of thousands of dollars, but only if you know what to ask for and what you're looking for. So let's break down what's currently available as we get into the later part of 2026. Hi, my name is Elise Moore, and for the last 10 years, I've been helping families in Plainfield, Oswego, and the surrounding suburbs make great decisions about real estate. One of the biggest misconceptions that I see a lot of buyers have is that builders don't negotiate. And they do, but they do it differently than a traditional seller. So builders don't love cutting prices for a variety of reasons. One, it lowers the future potential for what they can do in the neighborhood. Two, it can make current homeowners upset. And three, it hurts the perceived value of the neighborhood. So instead, they offer incentives to drive sales. A builder would much rather say, we're giving you $20,000 towards your closing costs than we lowered the price of the home by $20,000. This makes it so that the future homes keep their values, comps in the neighborhood stay nice and strong, existing homeowners stay happy, and the builder can still incentivize and help the buyers. Once you start to understand the why behind it, it's really easy to start seeing why builders do this the way that they do. So the main incentives here in the Chicagoland suburbs right now are either in financing incentives or closing cost incentives. So let's break down what those look like. So interest rate buydowns are probably the biggest one right now. Currently, interest rates are sitting at a national average of about 6.75 to 7%. Builders in Plainfield are offering both 5% fixed rate loans and 7/6 ARMs with an additional rate buydown. So here's what that means. That 5% buydown is for the life of the loan, which means that you are going to take out a mortgage on this house, and for the next 30 years, it's going to be at a fixed 5% interest rate. It's not going to change. A 7/6 ARM with an additional buydown for these particular builders means that in year one, your interest rate is going to be roughly 3%. Years 2 through 7, it's roughly 4%. And after that, it adjusts with the market. So let's put some real numbers to that so that you can actually understand what this means. Let's say that you're buying a $650,000 home with 5% down. If you buy at a market rate of 6.75% interest on your mortgage, your monthly payment for principal and interest alone is going to be $4,005, $4,005. Now, if you buy at 5% via that new construction incentive, your principal and interest payment is going to be only $3,315 per month, which means that you're going to save $690 per month if you go with these incentives for the life of the loan for the next 30 years. Now, if you buy with that 7/6 ARM, you're going to be looking at $2,603 per month for your first year, $2,948 per month for years 2 through 7, and then after that, it's going to adjust with the market. Now, keep in mind that none of these include your property taxes or your insurance, which is always going to adjust a little bit. Now, in addition to those financing incentives, builders are also offering closing cost credits. So we're seeing anywhere from $5,000 up to $20,000 as a credit that is given to the buyers at closing, which just means that you as a buyer need to bring less money to the closing table so you can keep that money in your pocket for furnishings, for landscaping, for anything that you decide to use it for. Now let's talk about the catch, because as always, nothing is free. Now, most incentives are going to require a preferred lender. It's going to be a smaller option of houses available, and it's not going to be available forever. And don't forget the premium that you always pay as a buyer for the fact that it's a brand new home. And just like a new car, the value in these homes is going to dip shortly after you close on it. Now, unlike a new car, it won't go down indefinitely, but you will see a suppressed value for a few years. Now, that doesn't automatically make them bad. It just means that there's more to the picture that you need to consider in the context of your financial goals and what the next 5 to 10 years of your life could look like. If this has been helpful to you so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to be up to date on all things Chicagoland real estate. So here's what buyers should compare when they're trying to make a decision. You don't want to compare house A to house B just in a vacuum. You want to compare your monthly payments, your cash to close, and your APR. Your APR is, in essence, how expensive it is to take out the loan, so what the closing costs are going to be. You also want to include in your upgrades, future maintenance, and any warranty items that may or may not be included. Because the cheapest house isn't always the least expensive to own. Now let's talk about if you should always use the builder's lender or not. This is a big question that I get asked all the time. And the answer is that you shouldn't automatically use the builder's lender. However, you should absolutely compare the incentives that the builder is going to offer for you to use their lender versus what it would cost you for those same incentives in light of the savings you're going to use if you use your own lender. Meaning, if the builder's lender is going to give you a fixed interest rate of 5% for 30 years, and your lender is going to be closer to 7%, assuming there's no extra cost associated with using the builder's lender or it's a nominal cost, it may make sense to go with the builder's lender. In today's market, builders are starting to have more and more inventory, and carrying costs for those builders is still very high. They are motivated, which means that first-time buyers, buyers that need to sell their current home, or buyers that are looking to be in a house very, very quickly can absolutely win in this market. The biggest mistake that I see buyers make is just assuming that new construction is out of their price range. Sometimes it is, but sometimes for some buyers, it's the better financial move. The only way to know for sure is to compare the complete financial picture. If you're considering new construction here in the Plainfield area and you want to explore what this looks like for you, our information is linked below. We're happy to help.